Good morning, everyone. This morning we are going to discuss about eco-morality topic. It's a morality topic, but it has been ingrained in economy. And the title of the topic is Seven Principles of a Code of Ethics. Without ethic, life is redundant. Life is miserable. Life is a piece of shred. Life is humbug. Life has no value. Life doesn't command any respect, veneration, ovation. But now, ethic has entered into business field. Every single business, whether it's a micro or macro, whether it's local or global, whether the company is small cap, mid cap, or large cap, whatever the size or shape of the business, ethic is the first and foremost thing. Before you cultivate your capital, you have to cultivate ethics among the people who are working for you and yourself. Founding fathers of ethics were Plato and Aristotle. But before them, even Hammurabi, the emperor of contemporary Iraq or Babylon of that time, Hammurabi actually gave 282 codes of ethics, morality, business. 282 codes cover every single thing, encompass every single thing in the society. They encompass how the society should be conducted, their behavior, and how the people should actually conduct their behavior in the society. Every single thing is given by Hammurabi. We're going to discuss about it in a couple of days. But today we are going to talk about 7 principles of code of ethics, which are absolutely positively panacea for every student of BBA, MBA, MCOM, everyone else, even a businessman. Point number 1 is no malfeasance. Means no hanky-panky, no corruption, no kleptocracy, no cheating the customer, no cheating company, no cheating anyone in the product, no cheating by metrology, no cheating in tax, by tax evasion, no malfeasance. Every single thing should be absolutely beneficence. No malfeasance at all. So if you are not going to play any kind of hanky-panky, that is called ethical business practice. And if you are going to cut short, and if you are going to think negative about it, your thoughts are absolutely devilish. If you are thinking about malicious thing, then your economy is also going to be malicious economy and not virtuous economy or virtuous business. Number 2 is beneficence. You are not going to do anything to hurt your customer. You are not going to do anything to hurt your investors, government, or your own people, or your consumers. Nobody but. You are going to have all the positive things, positive behavior, positive policies about your product, about your price, about your utility of the product, durability of the product, quality of product. You are going to go for Kaizen, and you are going to go for TQM, total quality management. Meaning, you are not worried about profit, but worried about people. People first, profit last, people first. Point number 3 is health maximization. Whatever the business you are in, it must not actually cause any kind of threat to the health of your consumers. But on the contrary, your product should actually maximize the health matters. Say, for example, you are selling edible things. Your edible stuff should be so healthy, so nutritious, that the people who eat, they actually gain some nutrition out of that. They can gain right amount of protein, right amount of fiber, right amount of antioxidants, right amount of every single thing. So same way, if you are selling a car, it must not be such a car that it will stop in the way, or brake is going to fail, or a tire is going to come out. No. In every single matter, you are going to think about health maximization of your consumers, whether you are dealing with goods or services. Number 4, efficacy. Efficacy in your product, in your service, there must be efficacy. Effectiveness must be there. Efficacious service and products. You are doing every single thing perfectly, without any kind of fault, without any kind of flaw, without any kind of glitch being developed in the future after a few days. Nothing like that. Point number 5, respect for autonomy. Always respect the autonomy of others. The others have a right to say whatever they like to say, others respectfully. Others can do every single thing that they want to do legally. Other people have right and autonomy to every single thing in the society. They can consume whatever they want to consume. They can actually use whatever they want to use. But don't forget, under the framework of legality, what they can consume, whatever they consume, doesn't mean that they can consume alcohol in Gujarat. That is not autonomy. Autonomy comes after legality, after legislations, after constitutions. So, autonomy. People working for you, remember, they are autonomous people. They have their own mind. They have their own thinking. They have their own musings. They have their choice. So, that must be respected in the code of ethics. Justice. Justice for all. If you cannot actually develop your sense of justice or perception of justice for other people to see who is right, who is wrong, whether I'm right or other person is right or other person is wrong and I'm right, that kind of perception gives you the sense of justice. So you must develop your sense of justice in the code of ethics. Last one, but not the least. Proportionality. Every single thing must be in proportion. Every single thing. Whatever you are giving the people, the same amount you can get. If you give, right now has been going on, in the education department, they give you the certificate and they charge you 2 lakh rupees for a year. If you go to any kind of tuition classes, they charge you 20,000 and 30,000. I'm in tuition class business and I charge 4,000 rupees for 4 months. And if the student is poor, I can give him 6 months. 4 months, 4,000, 6 months. Go to Rajkot. I have 2 students right now coming to my institute. They went to Rajkot to inquire how much they charge for spoken English. They charge them 90,000 for 6 months. 90. And that is not only Rajkot. You go to Ahmedabad, you go to Surat, you go to Bombay. Now that is loot. That is not fee, but that is absolutely positively loot by those looters, by those thugs. So proportionate. You cannot charge out of proportion of anything. So these are the 7 principles of Code of Ethics. The Code of Ethics, founding fathers of Code of Ethics were Plato and Aristotle. If you want to know more about it, there are volumes written by them. And since them, volumes have been written. If you want to know more about it, just send the request and I'll get you whatever the information, knowledge you want. Thank you very much for listening. God bless everyone on this planet. Bye.